Hi empaths, welcome to Heart Space Wellness Alliance. Here's my healing room. Let's get started. Hi empaths, welcome back to my healing space. We're going to get into another reading. I'm going to clear the space, my energy, your energy, the energy of the cards, invoke angels, guides, compassionate ancestors, ascended masters, beings of the light that want to inform this reading with the most resonant, concise, helpful information that's priority for the listener to hear at this time. Good. I'm going to pull an angel card from the original angel cards to see what's priority. Celebration. Celebration. Are you anticipating a celebration? Are you celebrating enough in life? That's an important aspect of life, right? I'm being called to look at the magical messages from the fairies deck about celebration and see what we're celebrating here. Sometimes we forget to celebrate, particularly the small triumphs and manifestations, right? Those signposts on the manifestation journey, or small gifts of abundance, those simple things in life that make us feel abundant. If we collected all those small moments or all those wins, victories, even the small ones, right? Even the ones we don't deem that significant. If we collected all of those and focused on those, we would probably feel very abundant. But it's very easy to be afraid that that's all we're going to get. So it pulls us out, right? And we get into a state of lack and really sabotages the process. So what do the fairies want to tell us about celebration? The angel that's drawn on this card is dancing like John Travolta. Are you dancing, right? Are you dancing in life? Maybe you're feeling some depression or prolonged sadness, and it's because you're not investing any time in this aspect of life. Celebration is important. Some of us are better at celebrating than anything else. So it is in finding balance, right? Let's see. So love life is coming up. Love life. The basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better, and new home. Moving is a step in the right direction for you. So perhaps you're finding that you're not really connecting with many people right now. And maybe it's due to either your immediate environment, like your home, your living space, or the area in general. So maybe we're seeking new living space or new town, right? New city, new state. Maybe we're looking to have a complete change. Walk away is coming up. Leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result in the new career. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. So it looks like maybe every area is in question here about what are you celebrating, right? Celebrating something says more, please, right? Showing gratitude and enjoyment and pleasure anchors it in and sends the signal, more of this, please. And so even when there's a small, slight offering or sign or meeting, connection, it helps us walk away with a clean slate too, right? Particularly in relationship, if we can show gratitude for what we learned from that person. That might be a radical approach for some. It might sound radical, but especially if it was very difficult or tumultuous relationship, if we can show gratitude because maybe we hit rock bottom in that situation and we just learned, I don't do that again. I don't let anyone speak to me that way again, or I don't put up with that behavior at all anymore. And that is a red flag, and actually it's a deal breaker, and I walk away now. Or, you know what, I should have asked this question up front. Now I know, right? Whatever it is, finding whatever it is to celebrate, even if it's that I got a nugget of wisdom here and I will never be the same again. It was rock bottom, never going to meet that kind of pain again, because I know what I need to do to make sure it doesn't happen again, and I'm going to commit to that. Whatever it is, right? Travel is coming up. Are you planning a trip? Are you planning a move? Are you exploring new areas? Maybe just new parts of the city as you look for new housing. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways, and it might be connected to love life. You might meet someone on this trip. Let go. As you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desire. So allowing room for co-creative forces to work here, right? If we communicate with those forces by celebrating, right? Celebrating the manifestations. We organize the energy by tuning into it, seeing what's there, seeing how things want to show up, how to align to it, exploring that, letting go of our expectations around it. Your desire is within reach. Have faith as everything is working in your favor. Have faith in yourself. You're being guided. You're not working alone. Sometimes it's terribly frightening because we feel like there's so much weight and burden we're carrying. Can we unburden some of that? Can we give it to a higher power? Can we trust our guides? And these small manifestations are the signs, and we collect them by celebrating them, right? We collect them by celebrating. Thank you. Oh, that's exciting. Okay. I hear you. I see you. Thank you, right? The Sun card is coming up. Sun. Your sun is watched over and protected as he explores his world. You may not have a sun, so you might not connect to this. If you do, the message is clear, right? If you're a man, or more connected to your male essence, this might be significant about your inner child, your, yeah, the masculine essence of your inner child. The part of you that wants to go on adventures, right? If you think of a young man, a little boy, little boys love to be, you know, have adventures and explore and conquer new areas and locations, right? They love to play in that way, take risks, right? And that might create fear in a parent. Put themselves into some dangerous predicaments, but they're really preparing themselves for manhood. There's an aspect of you that's like that, right? This part of you that wants to explore, who wants to let go, right? Who wants to let go of what's happening right now and just go and explore and have an adventure, right? Travel. Meet someone new. Look at the little boy fairy looking at the little girl fairy. There's part of you that wants to go meet new people, have adventures. That's part of celebrating our life here, right? So your desire is within reach. This renewed enthusiasm for life, right? Maybe you're feeling down, like what came in at the beginning of the reading. Maybe you're feeling down, depressed, lacking direction, and you're just like, feels a little hopeless over here. And the way to bring your desire into reach is to let go of what you're expecting to see and to just create it with wonder, observe with wonder, right? Connecting with nature, exploring new locations, new areas. This exploration, this celebrating your incarnation right here on this planet for a temporary time. Exploring the planet, right? Just travel, see new things. And maybe even changing locations, right? Recommitting to a new area. Maybe there's a place you've always been called to and you keep putting it off out of fear, right? Or a sense of lack of resources. Can we get into a state of resourcefulness, this wonder, and figure out how to make it happen? Can that state of wonder and enthusiasm and excitement clear a path for us that we can't see right now? Get into that state of resourcefulness, that celebratory state. Could we maybe explore other jobs, other career possibilities and opportunities in this new area that we're seeking? Maybe that's a first step, just putting feelers out. Do we know anybody in this new area that can hook us up, right? That can get us in touch with a potential employer or opportunity. That might be the place to start if you're looking to relocate, right? Particularly if you're looking to change cities, states, right? Countries. Does your job travel, right? Can you relocate to the same job in another area? Also, I'm seeing maybe the confined living space that you're currently in with a family, right? Maybe you have a family, you're in a family setting, new situation. Maybe the confined space is exacerbating conflicting energy dynamics in the relationship. Maybe it's really boxy, you know? We tend to have really boxy, lots of boxes and squares here. And energy doesn't really flow optimally in those situations, particularly if it's confined and cluttered. So maybe it's also decluttering so you have a new sense of space in your current home, or finding a place that has more space in general and connects you to nature more, right? Maybe you've always wanted a yard or a porch so you can sit out and look at the sun and birds and whatever it is. Maybe it's something about that too. Can you celebrate and show gratitude to your current house or home or apartment, or whatever your living situation is? Can you show gratitude for what you have currently and celebrate it? Say, thank you for taking me this far. That'll be an important step too in moving forward in peace, right? It'll help you detach and walk away. Can we celebrate what's here now and show gratitude for it? Let's see what aspect of self is showing up. I'm getting that the Sun card, S-O-N, the Sun card is an archetype in and of itself, that aspect, but maybe you have a Sun, and so that resonates in that way for you. The Sun card could be that adventurous side of you, that explorer, right? Kind of fearless part. Wants to have adventures and has a curious wonder about nature. That's not just a masculine thing, is it? It's a childlike thing. All right. What aspect of self? Victim. Victim. The light attribute prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. So the inner victim, the light attribute is, I can prevent myself from becoming a victim by being prepared, right? Not going to let that happen again. Did I say that in this reading? I feel like I said that earlier. It's something flows through. I don't know. Making this connection. Okay. So is that something you can celebrate? I went through this once. I'm not going to go through it again. Can you celebrate that small victory? Shadow attributes, playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity. Inability to maintain personal boundaries. Do you need time and space alone? Do you need time and space alone to feel out your own rhythms so you have a better personal sense of self? Can you take that space? Maybe you need more space in your home. Maybe that's why you need a new home in general. Maybe home environment is shifting because a child is moving out, so you're going to have more space. Developing energetic boundaries, right? So I talk about this a lot, but the exercise of creating a boundary, a big circle with something, yarn, crystals, whatever it is, as long as it's a closed circle, it's big, right? Because it's going to represent your energetic boundaries. You want something visual, because you're changing your subconscious imagery around boundaries. You're going to stand in it, and the rule is only your energy is allowed in, right? So we're developing boundaries, and then So we're unburdening in that way, right? Giving it up to heaven, whatever higher power, right? This is my connection to me and my higher power, and that's it. And then we tune into what's showing up. What's here? What do I already have? Can we celebrate it? Can we celebrate what's there? In that sense, we have a new home, right? In that sense, the new home, right? Because our body is our home here. It's temporary. It's very temporary. We might also find walking in nature, right? The walk away card can also mean walking in nature and exploring. Might be the reason travel came up. Maybe taking walks brings us an appreciation for the world and life and expands our view. We're able to celebrate what we see in nature. Getting a stronger sense of self makes us less susceptible. Strengthening those energetic boundaries makes us less susceptible, right, to being a victim of energetic vampirism, soul stealing, whatever we want to call it, right? Invasion, right? And makes us much more empowered, improving our love life because it improves our relationship to ourselves. So it just improves all areas. Can we celebrate that? Did you learn a hard lesson and you're feeling shame, guilt, blame? Can you celebrate the win here? If you lost a toxic tie or a toxic situation, that's a win. I'd celebrate that, you know? Did you have to walk away from something? You said yes to yourself. That's a win. That's a win. Celebrate that. All right, let's look at the Golden Tarot. The Golden Tarot of the Renaissance, and see what information wants to come through from these cards about celebrating life, finding a new home, new location, or newfound home in our bodies. Our inner sense of wonder and exploration and adventure, or a son, right? Or a young man that we mentor, young child. Empowering ourselves, no longer allowing ourselves to be the victim or to victimize anyone else, right? We end the cycle. We end the cycle. Maybe the new location was about running away. We were running away out of the shame, out of the lack of belonging, out of the lack of trust. I got to run away. I got to get out of here. And we're running away from ourselves. Can we make peace internally? Find a newfound friend in our body instead of escaping? Can we make peace with our body? Maybe we did put ourselves in danger too many times and didn't take proper care. We took risks. We knew they were risks. We didn't listen to our hunches, our intuition. And now we're blaming ourselves? It doesn't help. That is not helping the situation, is it? Maybe it's time to make peace. Maybe it's time to celebrate your strength, right? To own your empowerment. Allow the light attributes of the victim archetype to end this cycle, whatever it was. You walked away. You're still walking this earth. You're here for a purpose. You might not find what you're seeking in a new location or new space. What you might be seeking is within you, right? That sense of peace. We have to create that inside first. Maybe dancing will be a way to own your body, to make peace with it, to celebrate it, to celebrate your life. Let's see. That's a weird card. So the first card that comes out is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is known as the player card sometimes by certain readers. This is someone who enthusiastically comes in with passionate, maybe sexual energy, and leaves as quickly as they came in, right? So that can be like a fleeting love affair, right? Since the love life card came up, it can be this spark of I want to change locations. Okay, maybe that's not the answer, and just this urge continuously coming up, just wanting renewed passion and not sure how to get it, right? So maybe taking risks that we end up regretting, that end up making us feel like we were a victim of circumstance, or a victim of our own bad decision making, right? We get into that mentality like, I can't win. What can I do? And the Eight of Pentacles card is coming up, and this looks to me like it's sort of the embodiment of this card, of this exploration. He's also looking at some kind of dragon or snake or something, a snake and a bird in his hand, and a little fox or jackrabbit or something down there with a horse. So it's like travel, exploration, financial foundation here, because he's standing on the pentacles. So it's some kind of feeling stable, feeling a solid foundation here, feeling safe to explore, and an adventure, right? An adventure. So like a new, more mature version of the Sun card, right? That exploration energy. Whereas maybe it's just more, it's a little more mature than this energy of the Knight of Wands, where it's just moving to it fast. Maybe it's more like stable foundation. I can explore from this place of grounded energy, right? And then we have the Four of Pentacles, and he's biting on that pentacle. He's holding the leg of, I think it looks like a pig. I'm not really I'm going to look in the book for this one, because Four of Pentacles. This deck has its own meaning. Abstinence. No, that's chalices. I was like, what? Pentacles, right? Four of Pentacles, avarice, love of money, materialism. I see. Okay. So, right, because in the traditional tarot, it's the stingy energy. It's the guy hoarding, like holding tight. So this Four of Pentacles is about withholding. This might be this depressed energy of just holding back, right? The stagnation that you might be feeling, maybe the intense emotions, maybe you're hoarding them. Remember the idea of, you know, letting go and unburdening, and then collecting the celebrations, right? Collecting the smallest of positive like a smile. Oh, we smiled at each other. He held the door for me. Someone said, you have really lovely hair, right? Just the small little, oh, I got a parking space right up front. The light was green, all the lights were green, right? These small celebrations, if we can collect them instead of hoarding these intense negative emotions or these things that we're blaming ourselves for, can we unburden and start collecting things that we deem joyful or that remind us that we're loved and taken care of and make us feel connected to the world, to nature? Can we change the imagery, right? Can we go explore nature and watch animals interact, and instead of being in this hoarding energy? We then have the Seven of Chalices. And the Seven of Chalices are making up the sun there with the man's face in the sun. And it looks like two women disconnected from each other. If you can see that, maybe resentment, disagreements, conflict, which is interesting because I don't think that's the traditional. I think that the traditional Seven of Cups is about options, choices. This is a revelation, creativity, discovery. I don't really see that, but I guess I see that in this, the sun, the face appearing in the sun, and then the face of the lady on the chair with a sword. Revelation, a new discovery, a new way of seeing, right? A new truth, right? Maybe we've been telling ourselves something that's keeping us stuck in this position, right? The hoarding position of I'm being stingy and hoarding these negative emotions. And maybe we can get into an expanded state, a higher vision, which will bring us the One of Wands, which is passion, a new beginning, a new creative spark, a new sense of passion. If we can come out of this feeling of I'm a victim to my circumstances and see, what can I celebrate right now, right? Did I walk away from something that was toxic? It hurts when we disconnect. But if it was toxic for us and we walked away, we chose ourselves, we said yes to ourselves, that is something to celebrate. And that's why the celebration card's coming up, Three of Chalices, and communing with the divine, right? Unburdening through our connection to the divine, right? If we have frazzled energy, bring your hands together in prayer position, right? That will center you. And then temperance. That's the reward here, right? Tempering this energy of wanting to go, go, go one moment and then retreating. Go, go, go. Okay, yes, yeah, I'm excited about this. And then, right? If we can find balance and temper those urges, we'll have a better sense of commitment, right? Maybe we are better at celebrating, right? And that's just something that we have unconsciously committed to doing more. Can we bring in more stability for ourselves? What can we do to bring in more stability? What's the revelation we need to have, right? Let's look at a crystal card. Hewlandite. Hewlandite. This is from the Healing Crystals, Crystal Oracle Information and Oracle card deck. Ancient information, visualization, past lives. My mind is open and my vision is clear. Hewlandite. I don't think I've worked with Hewlandite. I may have worked with the tumbled stone version, but I don't think I have. But interesting that I was thinking there might be a past life connection. I didn't speak on it, but when I was talking about how we might have come in committed to celebration, we might have had a past life where we had an exacerbated sense of duty or obligation or responsibility in some area. Maybe regarding a specific person, right? Maybe there was some sense of duty, or I have to sacrifice my own space, my own time. And now in this life, it's all about, I'm just going to celebrate life, right? It feels like we have almost the opposite personality. And maybe that creeps up on us sometimes, right? That's that weight, that heaviness of I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And it's like this residual past life energy. And our way of coping with that is, nah, I'm just going to have fun, right? Or I'm not going to stay in one place long enough to build connections where I'm responsible, or I have to speak for anybody but myself, right? So we might be just balancing this karma. So it might be a temporary state as we balance and learn temperance, right? And shift out of this. Or are we carrying over from that life, that sense of duty and responsibility, which is weighing us down? Can we unburden and put it in its place and see what it is? See it for what it is. Past life residue. Visualization might help us have better clarity around that. Doing a past life memory meditation, right? And asking our higher self or guides, what is this about? Like, show me a lifetime where this was a significant issue that I'm resolving currently. And maybe calling on knowledge and wisdom from that time. Maybe it's a very ancient time, right? Ancient information is coming up with Hewlandite. So maybe this is also a lifetime where you were really in tune and in touch with some sort of ancient wisdom, knowledge, way of healing, modality, something, and you're not as in touch with it as you could be in this lifetime. Maybe it was a fleeting passion at one point and you didn't really commit because of this fear of commitment. due to being locked in, right? And maybe that's creating part of this. I won't be a victim again. I won't do that again, right? So you walk away from everything out of fear of commitment. Maybe not everything, right? Nothing's like everything, right? It's not black and white, but maybe it just has that those repercussions in certain aspects of life, right? Maybe love life, maybe career. Maybe it's like, I'm afraid of commitment. I just want to try new things. Maybe that's why that's coming up. Let's see what essential oil wants to add its aroma to this reading. Some more information. About celebration. Celebrating from a stable place, finding some stability, walking away from victim mentality and the shadow aspects of the victim, right? The victim has light attributes we can access. Never being a victim again. But maybe you're now a victim to the overcompensation, right? The overcompensation of that dutiful lifetime. Maybe now you're a victim to commitment phobia, and that's another form of victimhood. So maybe finding balance here. Temperance, right? Temperance, coming back to a balanced state. Cedarwood. Cedarwood. This has come up before. Connection. The trigger statement is, it is too much. It is too much. And the true statement is, I am grounded in my body. Right? I'm grounded. I'm grounded. I'm centered. I'm not running in and out. Oh. And the last card of the tarot, the Temperance was the last card we looked at, but the bottom of the deck is the Knave of Chalices. Knave of Chalices. So this could be about an apology. A sense of remorse, right? Is there someone that you owe an apology to? Or do you feel you're owed an apology and that's why you're stuck here? Find that resolution within yourself with your own healing, right? Find the power there. We can't count on that person to come back, right? Maybe that was this person. Right, this Knight of Wands. Maybe you feel they owe you an apology. But their accountability is on them. It's not, we have no control over that. So don't be a victim to waiting either, the waiting game, right? Inability to maintain personal boundaries. Playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity. We don't need to be there. No. We're not waiting for you. I won't let you wait for this apology. Prevent yourself from being a victim in this way now, right? Because maybe they hurt you once, but if you wait around for them, no, that's just you hurting yourself, right? We don't need that. We don't need that energy. If they come back around, it's going to be because you're in your power, you're enjoying your life. That's another way to attract a reunion here, okay? And enjoying your life, celebrating, having fun. So Cedarwood, use your empathic abilities to connect with others. Discern the information you receive and do not take on what is not your own, right? Unburden. Don't take responsibility. That's why I feel like this could be you were overly responsible for somebody in a past life. And now in this life, maybe you have a sense that they owe you something, right? There's just this sense like we're meant to be connected here, right? You owe me something. You can feel it. Maybe there's that pull, that tug. They don't feel it, right? They don't feel obligated. So, so let's get out of this. Okay. Let's see what's really happening here. I'm just more sensitive and tuned into the past experience we had, and it's up to me. This is for my resolution, not theirs. Okay, well then, walk away. Walk away. I find new things to focus on, right? New career, new home, new celebration of life and nature, and a newfound connection, right? A new community, maybe. Cedarwood is the oil of community. So it's a healthier approach to find this connection, this sense of belonging with a community as opposed to one person, right? It's unhealthy to rely on one person for that. They can't even give that to you. It's not even realistic. So maybe you're seeking a new community and you're not feeling like your current location is providing that for you. You want like-minded people. You're seeking that. Explore. Your people are out there, right? They're looking for you too. So use your empathic abilities to connect with others. First, we heal our inability to control that, right? I mean, we won't always be able to control it, right? But we can have some ability to not always come out of ourselves and merge, and just be more aware of, have stronger filters, right? Cedarwood brings people together to experience the strength and value of community. Those in need of cedarwood struggle to form bonds within social groups. This can often be due to an overdeveloped sense of individuality, rather than allowing themselves to be supported by family, friends, or a community. They live by excessive self-reliance. On the other hand, the individual's difficulty forming social roots may also stem from feeling disconnected and separate from the human family. Cedarwood inspires the feeling of belonging and assists the heart in opening to receive the love and support of other people. It invites the strong-willed individual to couple the strength of individuality with the supportive power of community. Helps you see that you're not alone. It helps you feel emotionally connected, gives you a sense of belonging, supported, social bonds, sociable, community-oriented. It's great for people who are currently feeling an inability to form social bonds, feeling lonely, separate from the human family, or antisocial. So inhaling cedarwood, small doses over time in a water ionizing diffuser, right? Or just inhaling the bottle, right? Can help us get in touch with that. You can also put a drop on your hands in a carrier oil or a base oil and inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth, right? So we're not just blowing it away. Inhaling cedarwood can really help us get in touch with that. And those aspects are from the book Emotions and Essential Oils, a reference guide for emotional healing. I read what I was reading about the emotional properties. I think we got it, huh? Let's have one card to end the reading. I'm going to pull a card from the Crazy Sexy Love Notes deck by Chris Carr to see how this reading wants to come to a close. About celebrating life, feeling a sense of community, right? That is the meaning of the Three of Chalices, right? This person's communing with God, but so they're feeling connected and in tune and centered. But in the traditional Rider-Waite, it's the wedding celebration of the three women dancing with the cups. So that's another dancing reference that might have significant meaning for you. Let me know in the comments if anything is speaking to you, if it's resonating, any particulars if you want to share. Also, any connections that you saw that maybe I missed in my first interpretation. I love hearing stuff like that and growing as a reader. Sometimes I'll watch back and I'll be like, oh, I missed that. But there it was, plain as day. Or maybe I'll think it and I think I said it out loud and I didn't. Just like the whole past life connection thing. What card wants to close this reading? Slow down. Slow down, get in your body, ground, find some stability here, meditate, find some animal comforts, right? A lot of animals came in and were represented here. When it feels like our world is spinning out of control, it's easy to get overwhelmed. This is a good time to begin a daily meditation practice. Your mind is the most open and receptive in the morning, which is why it's helpful to start your day with centering exercises. Centering, right? The prayer position, that mudra, is for centering your energy. Cultivate stillness within and know that there is no rush, right? Sometimes this Knight of Wands needs that message. There's no rush. At the end of our days, we won't care about our to-do lists. We'll wish we had loved more, lived more, and been at peace. Don't wait. Slow down now. Does that speak to you? Are we constantly looking forward to the future and we're not here? You know, leaving our body. Connection's about being connected to this moment too. In the present moment, in our bodies, present in our bodies. Right? Can you connect in? And then next lifetime, you won't regret not having celebrated life enough. I hope this speaks to you. There was some value here for you. If it didn't really resonate, maybe there's a higher reason you were watching this, and maybe this is a message for a friend or loved one. Please do share with anyone you think may benefit from the message that came through here. If you want a personal reading or session, there's more information about how to sign up for that, schedule that in the description of this video, and other social media platforms to connect with me on. I wish you so many blessings, much love, and mainly inner peace. No regrets, right? All right, I'll see you in the next reading, Empath.